All right, well, we are back for another week with our guest here, John Sablon, on the That Man Is You stage. We're getting ready for filming for that new year 4. The most important and essential part about being a Christian, being a disciple and apostle of Christ, it begins and ends with prayer. That we can do nothing without Him. And so tell us a little bit about just your own personal prayer life and the devotions that you ascribe to.
Yeah, I think for me, as I've grown in my own faith walk and faith journey, I realized that I can be a spiritual sloth. So if I was to use an acronym, I would say I'm diligent, militant, and vigilant about my faith. And so I have to be very structured about things, right? So if I have a battle plan, if you will, of how I approach prayer, so it helps me kind of put myself in that frame of mind. And so I pray the liturgy hours as a Third Order Dominican. I do specifically morning prayer, evening prayer, and nighttime prayer. I also have a daily devotion to the Rosary and to the Divine Mercy Chaplet, two things that have been instrumental in my own faith growth, but also my healing. Things that and very active in the things that I work on, both within my own marriage, my family, and ministry, and my daily work. That I'm able to sanctify a lot of that through those specific daily devotions to our Blessed Mother, to the Divine Mercy Chaplet.
Right.
And I think there's other little things throughout the day that I'm able to do. Like I've become more of a prayer warrior throughout the day. So rather than just those structured times, I'm also, spontaneous with prayer.
Right.
So if I know my wife's going into a contentious meeting, or my kid's taking AP exams next week, I'm deliberate about prayer, praying at that moment. They may be taking that test, or they may be going into that meeting.
Right, and the structure provides freedom, right? That's absolutely beautiful. And so in our That Man Is You session, that's exactly what John's going to be talking about, is this concept of grace building or perfecting nature. So it's very important for us to have our own discipline in our own prayer lives. So your Live It tip for this week is really discover and write it down, like make a plan. When are you going to pray? And not only when, but where? Those two questions are absolutely essential. When are you going to do it, and where are you going to do it? And you got to carve out that time to make it happen. We'll see you next week for one more week with our guest, John Sablon.